Good evening, ladies and gents. Just letting all my kind viewers know that this is still suit and tie week. Well, at least for me that is, and I apologize for the extremely late review. And we got past the horrendous 50 Shades of Grey film, and that Christian Grey fella, he was far from Kingsman material, and that poor girl, she deserved far better than him. Because it appears that Mr. Grey has forgotten that manners maketh man. Okay, so Kingsman, The Secret Service. So Kingsman, The Secret Service is directed by Matthew Vaughn, the same guy who did Kick-Ass, X-Men First Class, both great films by the way. And it stars Colin Firth, who's part of the super secret organization known as Kingsman, where they wear spiffy looking suits, kick tons of ass, and save the world. But most importantly, they are gentlemen while doing it. And he meets up with this sort of troublemaking kid named Eggsy, since his father was once a Kingsman. And he gives him the opportunity to become a James Bond-like figure to stop the villain played by Samuel L. Jackson from his devious plots. Now, Kingsman sounds like the basic spy movie, good versus evil, James Bond-ish stuff happening, which this movie kinda is. But that's what makes this movie so great, is that it takes the old-fashioned spy movies and makes it its own. The environment surrounding the world of Kingsman pays tribute to these classic spy movies, such as like the classic James Bond films with Sean Connery in them. Has that classic spy feel on almost every aspect of this movie, with this lighthearted element with a little bit of edge to it, which turns out to be a perfect combination of tone and feel for this movie, which ended up being an awesome time. Alright, I gotta adjust my tie, it's like choking me here. There you go, a lot better. I think we may have our first great film of 2015, because you know me, I'm all about having fun, and Kingsman delivers that all the way. And thank goodness for Kingsman. This is the saving grace from 50 Shades of horrible billionaire stalkers that aren't even Kingsman material. Because you have Colin Firth as the lead role, and you totally buy this guy as an action movie star. He plays this well-dressed gentleman, kicks tons of ass, and he's this like mentor figure to Eggsy. And the relationship between them two is really good. It's like this father-son bond. Also, Eggsy, played by Taron Egerton, was great in Kingsman, and as a Kingsman, just like Colin Firth. I believe this was like his first major lead role. I haven't seen him in anything. I really hope that Taron Egerton gets more work. I really like this guy as an actor. And Samuel L. Jackson as the villain, I mean, what more could you want? He's awesome in just about everything he's in. I felt he was a little less threatening with that lisp he has in his accent. I can never understand you guys. Y'all talk so funny. But the one for me that was all sorts of badass is the henchman that he has, also played by an unknown actress. I don't know her name though. Maybe you fine viewers can help me out here. She has these sword leads that whenever she would take a swing, something would come flying off. And it made me go, yep, that's the villain that stole the show. And for you Metal Gear Solid fans out there, was it just me, or did she remind you of Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 4 in one fight sequence she was in? You know, the part where he was breakdancing with his legs and he's chopping things up? I was like, that's the female Raiden right there. Only thing that was missing, where was Vamp? Come on. And speaking of fight sequences, the action was top notch and it was extremely well directed. Matthew Vaughn definitely proves that he is one of the best directors when it comes to choreographed fight scenes. He makes sure that you see every moment. For example, there was a church fight scene with Colin Firth, and this has got to be the best fight scene I have seen in a long time. And I love John Wick. This blows the nightclub scene out of the water. While that's happening, it literally captures every moment, where it appears like the whole thing was done in one take. I was like, oh my god, it's still going. It's still going. And Colin Firth, he's kicking tons of ass. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. He's all stabbing people with his Oscar. He doesn't really do that in the movie. But that is the prime example of how great the action is in Kingsman. However, I say that the only problem I have with Kingsman is that when it got to moments of Eggsy training as a Kingsman, it felt a bit rushed. I want to see him journey his way more into becoming a Kingsman and how he learns to fight so incredibly well. This movie kind of breezes past that at a moment where you actually care about Eggsy. You want to see this guy succeed, but even though this is not that big of a problem, this movie makes up for it as it progresses. And if you guys see it, you will understand. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So Kingsman: The Secret Service had this old-fashioned spy feel with its own edge to it. The acting was good, and Colin Firth, I want to see him more in action movies like this. The action scenes were extremely well done and made you feel like you were part of the fight. Has a few problems here and there, but as it moves forward, you forget about those because it is such an awesome time. Guys, I am glad I'm gonna be given the first legendary of the year, because Kingsman: The Secret Service definitely deserves to be called legendary. Oh, what? No fireworks? God damn it. Have you guys seen Kingsman? What did you guys think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, leave a comment below. And as always, there's a link for my Twitter and my Facebook in the description below. Keep in contact with me, guys, but in the meantime, I have to get going. And remember, ladies and gents, manners maketh man.